Jack Clarke, that's the clip. What a boy. In some ways, that's probably our most impressive win of the season, because I know people will say Southampton straight away, and don't get me wrong, that was a very impressive victory. But recently, everyone seems to be beating them, so it's... to be fair, Southampton probably is still the most impressive, even with what's gone on. But I think in some ways, that was definitely one of the ugliest wins I've seen Sunderland have, certainly based on the first half. Second half, I think on the counter, we were very, very good and looked like a threat every time we went forward. I think, if I had to touch on the first half, I think first half an hour, I thought we were poor. Again, I thought we were really poor, but I think that's also down to some of the stuff we tried to do was self-inflicted when we gave the ball away to Blackburn. But I told you, I said in the QPR game video, I think it was, Blackburn, I wouldn't have complained at a point tonight, actually, because Blackburn aren't a bad team, and especially at Ewood Park. I mean, before tonight, they'd only lost once at home this season, and that was to Hull when they were down to 10 men, I think it was. When it's been 11v11, they haven't lost at home yet. And they're beaten, I think, well, obviously they beat Borough, but obviously that doesn't look as impressive on paper at the minute. Beat West Brom, and West Brom aren't a bad team for this level either. So actually to go there and win, when I think in terms of our potential, we probably played at 60-70% capacity, I think that's a really, really promising 3 points actually. And it's definitely one, and I'm going to mention these guys because they're great. The Talk Norwich City lads, Jack and Chris Reeve, go and subscribe to their YouTube channel or their podcast, it's great. But I watched their podcast after they beat Stoke at the weekend, and one of the comments they made was, if you're going to win games ugly and do it with having to wear your heart on your sleeve and throwing everything on the line, that's the type of results that can help you get promoted or do things or really go places. And I'm not for 1 second saying I definitely think Sunderland are going to go up, although it would be nice. There's still a long way to go yet. There's still nearly 40 games left, but that was literally what they said about the Stoke win at the weekend. That was us tonight against Blackburn. That's exactly the type of win. That's exactly the type of win where you end up. You know, I love it. You know what? But that's the sort of win. There was a lad dancing in front of us, but you know what? Fair enough. We've won. Can't complain. You know what though? Like, that's the type of win where they're important. Those type of victories are so important for you to get ahead of steam and to really build something. Again, will we go up? That's a big question. It's a long way to go yet, but Blackburn, like I said, are not a bad team. They're really not a bad team far from it. And based on the first half an hour, I think at half-time we're very lucky would have been lucky to be drawing, let alone getting beat. Although the last 10 minutes of the first half we certainly did better and we were all right. Opening half an hour certainly opening 20 minutes, we were dominated all over the pitch. I do think going forward, there's slight concerns about the fact that Ewood still isn't available, because I think we still look very disjointed and lopsided. But once we started to get to grips with the game, and particularly in the second half, once we got used to their attacks and dealt with them a lot better, we look so dangerous going forward. And I love the fact that now we're going to be seen as a tough game, and that teams will be, they'll be wary of the fact we have actually got really good talent. And just very quickly, Jack Clarke, he's just some boy, isn't he? And actually, in a lot of ways, I still can't believe that Burnley only wanted to pay, 9 million or something. I'm not being funny. That's absolutely insulting. That barely pays for his top half or his right arm, let alone his whole body. I'm sorry, right? Even in January or the summer, if we don't get a bid of 25 million minimum, then that's ridiculous. And I don't care what anyone says. Alex Scott, who's a midfielder, went for 25 million in the summer. Jack Clarke is a forward, and forwards cost more than midfielders. Why should we not be asking for at least 25 million, or a bare minimum 20 million with significant add-ons? But anyway, that's a different story. Good win tonight. Let's see what it does for us ahead of Sunday. Obviously, it's a massive game on Sunday. Get home to Cardiff, who are in good form, won their last 2 games, beat Coventry the other night, who aren't a bad team, regardless of their start of the season. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky one, but look, just keep going, and we'll see where this takes us. Anyway, guys, nearly half the people who watch aren't subscribed, so if you're watching my video right now and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button if you think I've earned a subscription, because I'm trying to get a 5k. That'll be massively appreciated, and I'll see you lovely lot on Sunday. Jack Clarke's a boy. I love Tony Mowbray. And it's so nice to be excited for once. Away the lads, and stay safe.